This bitch up. You ready?
Yes.
No. Yes.
Do it.
In a world
Helicopter.
where everything is recorded. And ladies and gentlemen, the Banhammer.
It's time for the Banhammer!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Banhammer. You're listening to this on Sunday, April 28th, 2013. So you guys got my timer all screwed up now. I didn't know where I was and all that. So
Yeah, when in
Anybody?
doubt, blame us.
what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Banhammer, episode number 42. I am your host, Sam. Joining me today, we have Dan. Hey, Dan, what's happening?
I'm chilling out.
And Carl. What's up, Carl?
What's up, Sam? How are you doing today? I'm doing fine.
And Road. What's up, Road?
I busted my ass to get here on time today, and you guys start 10 minutes after I get here?
Yep. And JJ. What's up, JJ?
Two-Face, what did you do with Harvey Dent? He was just here.
I don't know what you mean. Who is this Two-Face?
If you want to learn more information about us in this podcast, check it out, www.twancamera.com. One of our many social sites, twitter.com/twancamera, facebook.com/twancamera, youtube.com/twancameraent. You can get the shows on there now if you missed them. Rate, hate, subscribe on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you to those of you who go and do it. Don't forget, we are recording live on our Twitch TV channel on Sundays. We got started a little late today. It is twitch.tv/twancamera. Go check it out there. Gentlemen, what did we play this week? I'm starting with Dan. Did you play anything this week, Dan?
I actually did have time to play games this week.
Oh my God!
I know. Wow. School's winding down, so I have a little bit of extra time. But, yeah, I actually went back and played some Kingdoms of Amalur, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Kingdoms of Amalur. All right.
Yes.
Road, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? So, like last week, I started off the week post-show playing Dark Souls. And let me tell you, I play for an hour every Sunday, you know, ramping up for when I'm finally going to be able to stream once Sam teaches me how to do all that crap. And I didn't get anything done in that entire hour. We started off the hour with me dying, and then spent the entire hour getting back to my body, and then once I got to my body, I got kicked off a ledge and died.
I was going to ask, how many times did you die?
Though I want you to know, though, in the 4 or 5 hours I've been playing total, I've only died, I think, 4 times now, twice in that one game.
You got somebody running you through the game.
I do, as a matter of fact, and I'm also wearing armor that is way beyond where I should be in the game.
So you're basically not playing Dark Souls, you're playing Cheater Face Souls.
I'm playing, well, actually, my buddy General's playing. I'm kind of watching and running around in fear, but, you know, I don't want to die!
General, where are you? Just keep up. That's all he has to say to Road. Just keep up. What are you doing? Stop.
Yep, pretty much. He yells at me a lot, and I think it's hilarious. But aside from that, a little bit more of Soul Forge, some Anomaly 2. Of course, I kept missing Carl this week, so we couldn't really get as much testing as we would have liked. And then gratuitous amounts of Tor. And Battlefield. Speaking of Battlefield, remember that time that Sam was flying a jet at me, and I was flying a jet at him, and then I bumped him, and he crashed into his own helicopter, and they both died, and I flew away? It was awesome.
Cool
No,
story,
I was
bro.
in the helicopter that time, big guy.
Oh, doesn't matter, you still
Yeah.
died.
I don't
right,
recall.
well,
So what
you're
you're saying is...
That's okay.
We'll get to
The
that.
story's
We'll get
even
to that.
cooler.
Hang on. Hang on. All right, JJ, what'd you play this week?
I played League of Legends as usual, and I have been playing some Gmod, and then I played a game where it's called BioWare tries to tempt me back to Tor by telling me the race I've wanted since the beginning of the game is finally going to be coming out, and I have to tell them no.
Let me know how to work out.
I wonder how many people are going to name themselves Lionel.
Yeah, right?
How many assholes are
Exactly.
going to name themselves Lionel?
Or fucking Kitty Pride, or just about every other thing, or Nico, Taco Kwai, and then fucking, oh, jeez.
Oh, look, it's Hello Kitty. Aw. What a
I guess
lightsaber.
you can finally play Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Mm-hmm. Wah, wah.
So
Is that
much hate. So much hate.
Is that how you've been playing?
That's pretty much it.
No, I played some Guild Wars too, I guess. That's about it. I'm waiting because in 2 days, Neverwinter finally goes into open beta. Yeah!
All right. Carl, what have you been playing?
Me? Well. I was playing Anomaly 2 and the beta for a little bit. Yes, we couldn't get on together road, but
Couldn't
it
get
was
off
all right.
together.
So far, it's pretty okay, pretty standard. Other thing I've been playing is Poker Night 2 with Ash and all those guys from multiple various games.
How do you like it? How's the banter?
It is freaking ridiculously harder than it was in the first game. First game's like, all right, I'm going to go all in, and there's going to be a 95% chance that I'm going to win the pot, and someone else is going to go all in, I'm going to knock him out. But now this one's like, oh, all in with, King Ace High, and you give the other guy a freaking straight flush, and then you get knocked out. It's like, oh, wow. Fuck. And then Gladys has some stupid things to say. It's just like, oh, you have no more chips. Time for you to walk away and not have everyone laugh at you. I'm like, oh, fuck, wow.
How's the banter in the game? Is it better than the first one?
Yeah, the banter is a hell of a lot better than the first one. The first one was just really annoying. I just found myself just clicking through everything that they were saying, or just turning them mute.
Unfortunately, with the first one, I didn't like Max, and then I didn't like Tycho. Like his banter was really dumb.
Yeah, they talk about how come they didn't have Max there, and he's just like, oh, I thought it was because he was talking too much, and they're like, no, he just kept on eating all the chips. And so they have him in the background. I'm like, oh wow, this is fucked up.
Don't get me wrong, I like Tycho and I like Penny Arcade. I just thought him in that game was really
odd.
He tried too hard to be too intelligent and smarmy, and it just came off like an asshole.
That's the point.
No.
Yeah.
That's the point.
It was more annoying than funny.
It was great every time I go all in, and he's just like, oh, fuck this. And he
Yeah.
just puts all his fold. But then I started playing this horrible game of Star Wars Force Unleashed just because a couple minutes ago I just finished playing that.
Yourself.
Yes, I hate myself. And then I realized that I'm happy that LucasArts just went under. Who the fuck does the second has anybody played the Force Unleashed on the Xbox or any version of them? Like
Yeah,
the second level, that second boss, the little fucking crab guy with his like baton. Who the hell decided that that's going to be a good idea where we have no abilities whatsoever to fucking fight this dude?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? I'm happy LucasArts went under now.
I hate any game that gives you a ton of power at the very beginning. So in Force Unleashed, you played as Vader and you were super powerful, and then like the next level is like you have nothing. And another game that really does that I hate is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I just really hate that.
I mean, God of War doesn't do it in a sense of like, well, we'll give you all your powers, and then through the next level, we're gonna take them away gradually, and then they don't throw like, you're not fighting Zeus on the second level with all his powers, and all you can do is like barely block. It just doesn't happen. Fuck that! I'm fucking happy that LucasArts went under because now, fucking happy. Now I was sad before that LucasArts went under. Now I'm fucking happy. Fuck you, fuck you. God damn. Anyway, so other than that, I had a good time.
Right.
And then
Were you not having a cursing fit?
yeah, and then we did play a little bit of Battlefield 3 and colliding into each other, shooting at each other, spawn camping certain people, trying to fly helicopters and then get shot at and then crashed into by somebody. We're not going to mention any name.
Wow, that sounds horrible.
Fucking asshole. I'm trying to take out the tank, and then what happens? Missiles get fired at me. Okay, I give him smoke, and then what does he do? He rams into me. What the hell, Road? Come on.
You could have just taken the rockets and died.
I didn't want them.
horribly.
I was telling you I was trying to do something. I told you, don't shoot me. I'm shooting at the tank. And then what does it happen? Dead. Because I get rammed in.
Well, technically, I didn't shoot you. I rammed into you. So,
So, in other words, you got ran by road as well this week.
Yeah, and it was very painful.
Because the only thing that I've been able to play all week is I've only been able to play Battlefield 3. And Road joined me late the one night, and I was in a helicopter flying around, in a scout chopper flying around, killing people. I was doing really well, and had a team of guys with me, you know, hanging out. We were taking down the C-130, and I get locked onto, and I hear the missiles fire. So I pop my smoke, wait, you know, continue firing on the thing. Then I hear Road start screaming into TeamSpeak, and all of a sudden my helicopter gets blown up.
Yeah.
I killed you with a jet.
And then he starts screaming, "I'm still alive! I'm still alive!" So what ended up happening was, I guess, Road, what'd you do? Like, clip me?
No, what I did is
that one?
I thought you were the jet. So this makes the story even better. I clipped your ally's jet, which sent him careening into you, and killed all three of you.
What an ass.
Oh.
What an ass.
And then I managed to survive. I hit him with my underbelly when I was doing like a sharp turn away, and
Yeah.
that sent him careening into you.
Yeah.
And I survived.
Last night he was like 4 and 12, and 10 of his 12 kills were all suicide by himself.
Yep.
His deaths, excuse me.
I love when you see, I love when you're like looking at the chat when we're playing Battlefield on the server we normally play on, Good Time Gaming server. So when we go and play on there, I love when you look at the chat and you see nice RAM, and then you hear Rhodes like cackle.
The best
No,
is when
we're-
it's like, hey, Road, you ready to go? I spawn on Road while he's riding the motorcycle, and he's got nothing but C4, and he's just driving around all over the place. I spawn on Road, and I'm like, hey, Road, you ready? He's like, what? Boom! Just blow us up. And he's just like, I just put so much C4 on that damn thing. Or that one time when we were in the van, and we're driving around, and the freaking guy that was our squad lead was like, Caboose, what the hell? I'm like, I'm sorry, I just had to do it.
Oh yeah, look, yeah.
Yeah, when the three of us were in a van, and then the squad leader spawns in on us as you detonate.
Oh, I didn't know that, but okay.
No, he wasn't. He didn't die though. He had gotten out of the van because we were sitting at G, getting ready to drive away, and yeah, Carl's in the back putting C4 on the back of it. So yeah, awesome times. Good time playing Battlefield with these guys. I love playing with these guys,
Yeah, Danny.
especially like when we actually try to play. Sometimes, like, you know, instead of screwing around, when we
Which
actually try to
still-
play, we do really well.
Which still ends up with me killing myself at least 6 different times.
Oh yeah.
I take people out with me, but I still end up killing myself.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
all of
me
us do that.
with grenades.
The only person who doesn't kill herself very often is when Gal's playing and she's C4ing everything. Like
Yes.
she's like the best person to sneak up and put C4 on somebody.
Or knife. Yeah. That's
I haven't gotten knife fire in a while, so
Oh my god.
She gets away. I don't try to get away.
Oh
So-
my god, man! In that freaking that huge map, I think it's Death Valley. She finds me sniping and knifes me. Who the hell does this? The map is too big.
I will
It's
spend
too
30
big
minutes
for you
trying to
to
sneak up
snipe.
on a sniper if I can, alright?
yeah, but Gal's like good at jumping. Like she's good at jumping and climbing up on top of things. So
She hacks.
come play
That's all
Battlefield with it. You know, we're all in Origin. Look us up by Sam Money, that Rogue guy, Caboose 246, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Because he's not Caboose on the 7th day.
No, not on the 7th day. If you want to play some Simpsons Tapped Out, you can do that too.
Some what?
Don't do
Simpsons
that.
Tapped Out. You don't play that game? Simpsons
Oh,
Tapped
stupid
Out.
What the hell
iPhone
is that?
It's an iPhone. It's an iPhone. Well, it's iPhone and it's also on Android. So pick it up, and it's just like SimCity, but with the Simpsons.
Is that your SOTT pick of the week?
Yeah, I guess. Even though I'm not shitting on the toilet while I'm playing it. Because I got the
What's
shit.
the point of us saying SOTT if you're actually going to say shitting on the toilet?
I'm sorry. Support our troops.
That's SOT. Been over this.
That's why we changed it to TT.
All right. Support our super troops. All right, let's just move it along.
All right, let's go on. All right, let's move on to the gaming news of the week because Road went and picked out a ton of shit.
As
Road,
he always
you get to
does.
take it over, big guy, because I am completely oblivious to what happened this week.
That
Yeah.
makes two of us because I only read about half these stories and they're the latter half. So that's why I sent you guys a message last night that said, "I hope you guys read up in case I show up late."
Well,
What
you know,
message?
I've been busy getting the baby's room ready, so I haven't really
Well,
had time
it's
to do anything.
it's clearly professional to read the article while we're doing the live show. It's fine by
All
me.
right, well,
It's no problem.
let's open them up. Let's start reading some articles. National STEM Video Game Challenge winners present games at the White House Science Fair. So that's fun.
I saw the video. Essentially, it's a big maze, and they were asking math problems. You know, like 99
Yeah.
divided by 9. What does that equal? And then you have two choices. You know, 11 and then 7. And it's like, all right, well,
Okay.
obviously you pick which is the right one. You keep moving along. And then I was just wondering if he was going to troll somebody, and if you pick the wrong answer, like you have demons come out at you, or freaking whatever, or senators with hammers like chase after you or some shit. Because
Is that
No, that's
Astro
when
Bob
the
Bob?
raging
No,
gun
it's a
comes
big-
out and shoots you.
it's a big maze, and it was nothing. It was basically meant to be educational. So there you go.
Well, of course, we're not going to have any gun violence related games inside the White House. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, but this is like that. I could see this like the meme that was online where it's like you do the maze and you have to get really close, and then all of a sudden it's the chick from The Exorcist screaming at you and all this other nonsense. That's what I was expecting. If you picked the wrong answer, you made the right instead of the left, and all of a sudden it's a big face. It was like shrieking noise, but it wasn't any of that because the guy got all the right answers. So that sucks.
Well, then the kid didn't make it hard enough. What the hell?
Well, it's essentially, it was basically almost all math problems. Division, multiplication, the higher end stuff. Because, apparently a lot of people don't know what 12 times 9 is. So they just kept on going, and that's essentially it, and it ends once he finishes the entire maze. So,
Gotcha.
there you go.
Gotcha.
Check it out.
All right. What are we moving on to next? Is anybody going to do the check marks today, or I got to do check marks today?
I'll do the
All right.
check marks.
Activision UK wins the fraud case. What happened? Come on, you guys are failing me horribly today.
I don't know, Dan. Why don't you tell me what's going on? Because then JJ will get the next one. There.
Apparently, the Activision UK won the case against their former PR executive, and I guess they won a total approximately 30,000.
What did he do?
You know what?
Siphoning company funds.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know.
They were committing
We
fraud.
fail at podcasting today. God damn.
We do.
I
gosh. No, I fail at
Dan to say
podcasting
that
today.
shit.
Thank you for setting me up, Carl.
Set me up.
Oh, my
gosh.
God.
Holy shit.
Where
So
are we
what did he do,
going?
Dan? I don't know.
I'm just gonna sit quietly here.
Oh wow, we're off to a great start.
We really are.
Oh,
Gosh.
oh, my God.
We're supposed to be entertaining, Dan. At least
Yes,
you
I
promised
know.
that much, so for that I
know.
applaud you.
Oh, God.
All right.
JJ, what's going on at DreamHack this weekend?
I only follow LCS. I don't follow like StarCraft games.
Oh, okay.
So, unfortunately, I don't. Yeah, if you want to know anything about LCS, I can like a very interesting thing, and I'll tell you guys about it, and I'll explain it since you guys are like into sports. You'll know how this works. The spring division in League of Legends was just over, and so now they're going into the playoffs for the summer division to see if they get to stay in the LCS or not. And there are 4 top teams, which is called TSM, DIG, Curse, and CLG, and there are 4 bottom teams. And the two last teams had to play like the middle teams to stay in the game. So these teams called Good Game University and Vulcan played against CLG and DIG, which are probably some of the oldest teams in professional League of Legends. And those professional teams, those old teams, lost. So in order to stay in the professional scene, they now have to play an amateur team, and if they lose, they're out. So that would be like the Cowboys not winning their season, and now having to play a college team, and if they lose to the college team, they're out for the year.
That makes no sense to me. Like, why don't they just have teams like that? Like, why don't they have like, pro teams?
Because there are so many teams, because they don't have enough money to make to have all the teams that want to be in it. So they've kind of got like an amateur league and a professional league. And so it's kind of like, but these professional leagues, you can see these teams, the reason why these like Dignitas and CLG lost is because they've been doing shitty. I mean, and Curse even lost. Curse was the #1 team for the longest time, and they slowly lost.
Does the Curse team have anything to do with the Curse.com website?
Yes, they're sponsored by Curse.com. Yeah, that's.
I'm sorry to hear that, guys.
Yeah,
it sucks for you because that's
they lost, and that's because they were taught. There was like a bunch of like the players weren't getting along, and they got rid of one of their main support players, and their performance was going down and down and down. So this is a wake up call to these teams when they play these amateur teams that you guys need to get your shit together, or you don't deserve a spot, and let someone else who's been practicing their ass off and getting better and better in the spotlight. Because because it seems like they got complacent, especially CLG, like they were just happy being okay and never improving. And this is sort of a wake-up call that, hey, you guys need to get your shit together or you're not going to get paid by Riot to keep playing video games.
Related news to League of Legends esports stuff. Apparently, League of Legends team Against All Authority will be unable to participate in LCS.
Right. They don't have enough.
The roster.
Yep. They have two subs, and one of their guys has like family issues, and the 2 subs couldn't get into the game. So Against All Authority had to quit. They had to get out. Yep, rules are rules.
Wow, thank God I used to do esports back when I was younger. I used to be in Cal Open and then freaking Cal Invite, and thank God I stopped playing that shit.
You were Cal?
Yeah.
Rules are rules.
Dude, it's no wonder you're so freaking good at Battlefield.
Yeah, I was in fucking... I don't know what you're talking about. I was in Cal, not for CS. It was all for Day of Defeat and everything like that, and a lot of people... They were always like, "Oh, this guy's hacking," and screenshots, but I wasn't. I was like the #2. No, out of our group of 5, I was like maybe the 4th or 5th best guy in our group. So there were 4 other dudes that were way better than me in our Cal group. So damn, and they were complaining about me. So fuck that. Anyway. We were good, but we were never anything as we were never like big like certain groups that there was always somebody better than us because there was one time where we went in and we just got fucking steamrolled. We all wound up with like 26 deaths, and it's all like capture the flag for Day of Defeat. So we got steamrolled, but then there would be times where it's like, how the hell in a match you get 40 kills? I don't understand. In like 5 minutes. It's ridiculous. But I had good times playing on Cal. But other than that, I'm done. I don't have to do that shit.
We were on our way to being getting a Cal TF2 team together at one point. I couldn't shoot for shit, but I was an awesome engineer.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Or support or whatever.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to why we named this show Take Your Medicine. Playing Tetris helps treat lazy eye, doctor reports. So wait, what lazy eye is the one where
like when your eye goes off in a direction aside from straight forward?
You know, like Miss Chokes on Dick, where like she's looking at the kids and then her eye like.
What did you just say?
The lady's name. from
my name, kids. Stop it.
from South Park.
Oh.
There's jokes on Dick.
It's true.
It is.
Yeah.
Jeez. You never seen South Park? Wow, you live
I
a
don't
sheltered
watch
life.
South Park.
Oh,
It's
you
a
live-
Neither do
shit
I, so
show.
I'm
I hate
I'm
that
in good
show.
company of
Oh,
Lisa
man.
Sam.
All right, excuse me, sheltered children over there. But anyway, the main teacher, her eye it wanders, so it's
What
essentially
happened to
like-
Mr. Garrison?
No, Mr. Garrison's still there. They
You
they
said
brought
the
him
main
back.
teacher.
Well, it was a couple of seasons ago.
Oh, okay.
You know, they brought him back with his hat and everybody. It's
Yeah.
all good. But anyway, so wandering eye. So play Tetris. Deal with it.
Play gratuitous amounts of Tetris all day.
Now,
SOTC.
does it have to be the official EA Tetris, or can it be like the third party knockoff that's in Korean and that you
would
play?
that be like
EA wasn't
Tetrid or
Tetris,
something?
was it?
It's called Build Me or some nonsense.
EA
Yes.
Tetris? EA is not Tetris.
Yeah, if you want to get the official Tetris, you gotta buy it from EA.
Oh.
Yep.
Sucks. Anything for a buck.
How do you screw up Tetris? It's Tetris.
Remember Tetris
Easy.
World? Remember
Easy.
that one?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, I remember Tetris World. Oh.
I mean, what do they do in the app version of the game? Is like you need energy for the next bar to be turned or something?
No, they make you pay. They make you pay $5 for a 99-cent game.
Wow.
Let me look it up.
All right, anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the end. The next one, which is a
Move on.
little near and dear to the heart here. Nordic Games picks up Darksiders, but series won't return in 2013, which is fine. Then the new owner says, I don't believe in bringing out a shit sequel. I really, really like the Darksiders series. It is one of the top 10 of my all-time favorite game series list. If Nordic Game fucks this game up, I'm going to be enraged, and I will rip them apart via podcast.
I think
Does
we
anybody
all.
want to second me that?
I think we all.
Yeah, and
I'll third it.
A point that I was trying to make earlier this week is I went and looked up Nordic Games when the story went live, and I have played several of the games that they produce.
And they're
I'm
shit.
not optimistic about this buyout. I'm not. I'm not going to sugarcoat it whatsoever. I think that what they're going to do is going to destroy the game series from here on. But that being said, I hope they don't. I hope they make it a phenomenal success. I
Well,
really
what
do.
What gets me is the fact that Crytek said they were going to try to pick the game up, and I don't even think they made any effort towards getting it.
Well, I mean, what did it go for? 4.9 million. Are you telling me that Crytek of all companies couldn't afford more than that for a top title?
I don't know, man. Like I said, to me it pisses me off that they didn't get it, or they didn't try harder to get it.
Well, one of the things that I read, and I think it's in the GameSpot article that I linked, was that Nordic Games isn't going to pursue this development in house. They're actually going to look outside. So they're pursuing people like Crytek.
So they just want to produce this.
Yeah.
Oh, see
So
now that might be a little interesting.
Yeah. So I'm on board with that. I mean, I haven't played any of the games that Nordic has published, but I'll take Word's Road on it. And if they weren't great games, they weren't great games. But
I was just going to let it go, Sam. I was just going to let it go, but you had to laugh.
you know,
I'm
it's
sorry,
fine.
Dad.
I'm here.
You're an
for,
asshole. You're an asshole.
I'm here for amusement. That's perfectly fine. But no. But seriously, if they're just looking to produce
Please
it,
tell me everybody caught that.
that's fine with me. And I'm just going to shut up at this point.
Oh my god, Dan, I love the shit out of you, man. Oh my god.
Well, all right. Well, Sam's recovering.
So damn what shit.
Here's how you play.
Oh god.
Well, Sam's recovering. Next up in the news, Ratchet & Clank movie out 2015. First trailer has been released, and then released shortly thereafter. Heavenly Sword is getting a straight-to-DVD CG movie. I hope it's about 5 minutes long, which would probably be the equivalent of their game.
Ooh, wait a minute. We're giving Ratchet and Clank a movie, we're giving Heavenly Sword a movie, but yet we're not getting a real official Halo movie?
There's so many games that need a movie
I thought
out
they
there.
were-
It's ridiculous.
Oh my god.
But obviously Mortal Kombat and Super Mario Brothers deserved them before that.
Oh,
You're
God.
damn right. Don't you shit talk Mortal Kombat?
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I love that
Mortal
movie.
Kombat was a freaking great movie.
It was an awesome movie.
Give me a break, love.
Coming to a podcast near you, right?
The first Mortal Kombat was so good. David
Thank you.
Carradine as Raiden. Come on, man.
I like how they kill off, what's his name, Johnny Cage, like in the first 5 minutes of the second movie.
That second movie was god awful, and I remember.
Okay, the second
like-
movie was awful. The second
Oh
movie
my
was so
God.
terrible.
Come on. What about the Dead or Alive movie? If we're going to talk about bad movies.
Wait,
No, if you want to talk about...
there's a Dead or Alive movie?
Yes, there
Yes.
was,
It
unfortunately.
was,
Oh, God.
it was in the
so
theater
terrible.
for like a week. Oh god.
It was so awful. But come on. We want to talk about bad video game movies. You always have to talk about the quintessential one, and that's Street Fighter the movie.
No.
Oh. Wait.
Street
Which
Fighter
one?
the movie.
No.
The Chun-Li story?
Let's
Or
just
Chun-Li?
no, the very
No,
first
the
one.
first one, which fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Guile.
That was amazing.
you
I
are
love that movie.
Charlie becomes Blanca, and the doctor
Yeah.
becomes Dalzine. What?
well, Charlie was Blanca, so there you
yes.
go.
That
That
is
And
correct.
then you got Ken and
But-
Ryu, who
Yeah.
are like two of the most forgettable people in the entire movie.
I know,
And
right?
they're like the figureheads,
Of Street
especially
Fighter.
Ryu. He's like
Yeah.
the figurehead of Street Fighter. As like, whatever, go be over there and go be Asian
And
or something.
it's
Oh.
sad. It wrenches my heart that was Raul Julia's last movie before
Yeah,
his passing. However, I'll give them credit because Raul Julia has the best quote out of any. Like anyone talks about like your favorite movie quotes, mine always comes from that movie because Chun-Li like corners him in that locker room, and she's all mad, and she's like, and he's like, I don't even know who you are. She's like, don't you get it? You killed my village. You killed my family. You killed my father. And he's like, Chun-Li, the day that M. Bison graced your presence was a day that forever changed your life. For me, it was a Tuesday. That's like the greatest evil villain line ever.
Oh god.
And Raul Julia just pulled it off perfectly because it's such an asshole villain line that it just nails that character. And I was like, that's like the only thing they got right in that movie.
God. But after that, I can't even bring up fucking Double Dragons. That was, there's no point in bringing up Double Dragons. That movie was fucking god awful.
I love terrible video game movies.
Independence. They give me karate gis. What? Never mind. Done.
You guys remember the '90s Double Dragon cartoon though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome with the
That
car.
was amazing.
I had that toy. That shit was amazing. That car, and then the freaking the gloves, and the swords, and the masks.
Yep.
That was the shit. That thing
And
was
love
great.
that.
90s
I love that
cartoons,
shit.
sometimes I'll get bored one night and I'll just go into YouTube and check out like all the 90s cartoons, like
Dun.
intro songs.
Oh, yeah.
I still think my
shit
favorite
was
one has
great.
got to be. I still think my favorite one's got to be Cops.
Yeah, I remember.
Fighting crime in the future.
crime.
time.
In the future time. Dun, 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 dun. And then they had the fucking slide. Oh man, that show was great.
Oh, so much good stuff. So
All right,
right,
let's move on. Dead Island Riptide Edition Severed Torso statues still available in Europe and Australia. Good on you. That company's name that I forget all the time.
Good on ya, mate.
good on you, mate.
I mean, I don't understand why everyone was getting all in arms about the severed torso.
Because
There's
apparently the United
boobies.
States is full of
Are you
feminism
freaking kidding?
right now.
Are you, feminism? What does this have to do with feminism? Just because
it was a severed woman's body.
Oh, okay.
But she's wearing an American flag bikini. That's like America right there.
America.
Tits, zombies, and the American flag.
I'm sorry.
The only thing that would have made the only thing that would have made that even more American is if the belly
If it
was
was
a
on
little
his
chubby.
lawnmower.
If the belly was like chubby and there was a hamburger there.
She got
Well,
love handles.
that's the point. The point is that they didn't do that. It was just it's like some sexy woman's body. And a torso.
Yeah, hello,
I showed
welcome-
it to my fiance. My fiance is like, that is awesome.
Yeah, and it's like, hello, welcome
and
to
my wife said
marketing.
The same thing.
Welcome to marketing. I mean, they've been doing this for years and decades. That's what happens.
We are the most PC country in the world, period. We're always worried about being PC. Every single day. When it comes to PC, the only thing I worry about is whether mine's working or not. Took a second there for it, didn't it?
Give him the round
It was
of
a long setup, but it was worth it.
Give him the round of applause. God damn.
Oh, yeah, I actually had the applause button. There we go. All right, moving on. What?
What? Anyway,
Somebody was going to say something.
you suck. Anyway, moving on. That was
My
supposed
name
to be
is-
proud.
All right, Nintendo not present at E3 conference. That's not true. Nintendo is just not going to have a big thing at the E3 conference.
Not to present at E3.
Oh, not to present. Gotcha. I missed the two part. Thank you.
Present. He said. Well, that's true. They're spelled the goddamn same way.
Yep. So they're not going to show off any new technology or anything like
It's
that.
something
In
that-
other news,
New version of the freaking Nintendo 3DS.
E3, or I'm sorry, on May 21st, we're going to see what the new Xbox is.
Yeah.
Yep.
To go back real quick to that Nintendo thing, honestly, any E3, any conferences they might have, everyone can guess what it's going to be. Hey, pick your guys' favorite Nintendo game that was on the SNES or N64 or Game Boy, and we're coming out with the remake of it. Ta-da!
We're going to ruin your childhood with Larry
do a little dance and get off the stage. It's never anything new.
Random version of Link.
Yeah,
They are gonna be at E3 though. They're gonna show off games, but they're just not gonna have a big conference.
right. Just because there's no reason for it, it's just going to be like, hey, remember that Zelda game you liked? Well, we're remaking it again.
Hey, let's get Wind Waker on this platform. They
Jesus.
stop. They should just stop and then just produce the games. That's it. Publish games. That's it.
Can we have a new Metroid game that doesn't say the baby every 5 minutes? That'd be fantastic.
The baby.
God,
All right, moving on.
Ugh.
Harmonix hit with a small number of layoffs. We're going to get into the layoff stuff now because it seems like every week we have big ones.
This week especially.
Yeah.
Oh,
Death Inc., Ambient Studios shuts down.
The other part of that story is
Go ahead.
that was a Kickstarter game. First off, they will be issuing full refunds. So unlike some of those other Kickstarters that, after being successfully funded, crashed and burned, they are actually going to give the money back. So there you go.
Oh, what about that one with PayPal this week? Did you guys see that?
No.
I seen
PayPal
one.
wasn't releasing somebody's money. I forget the company's name, so excuse me for forgetting. But it's one of the video game companies that was funding a game on Kickstarter, and PayPal is not releasing their money because, here it goes, they don't want to be they don't want to be responsible for having to reimburse all of these people. They said if the company decides that they will reimburse them, somebody can look up the company name, that'd be awesome. If the company decides or agrees to be the ones who gives the money or to take care of the reimbursement, they'll release the money to them. So that's that. We'll get the name of the game company here in a second. Harmonix, I already said that one, right? Small number of layoffs.
AKA PayPal's evil. I don't know why people keep using him. They keep using him because they have no other choice. But,
Because it's easy.
yeah,
I've got it
but
too.
the problem with PayPal is it's not actually a real bank, so they're not governed by the same rules that banks have to follow. So you can get screwed very easily.
Well, why the hell? Like, that's the thing. Excuse me. I don't understand why anybody leaves their money in PayPal.
I don't know either.
I don't.
Some people,
I
like
just
Notch,
use
couldn't
it-
even try to get it out of PayPal.
Back in 2011, 600,000 euros. Just saw the same story.
Jesus. Yeah.
All right. EA restructure results in hundreds, and I think it came out to 1/10 of the company. Is that true?
Is about 10% of the company, which several sites have estimated to be around 800 or 900 jobs total. So
Right.
that's how many were
they're-
lost, because their
the
figures they released.
restructuring.
Yes, lots of which that's what they've said in the
They
last.
shut down. They shut down Quicklime. They shut down PopCap in Montreal.
EA Partners,
Tons.
which that's an actual studio.
They shut down PopCap?
Yeah, PopCap's gone.
Well, no, they didn't. They didn't actually shut down PopCap. They shut down a portion of it. But they definitely shut down Quicklime.
All right.
So there's that. Subscription-based games on Steam go live with Darkfall and Holy, which everybody complained about because it was a crappy game. It doesn't look anything like what it should look like, apparently. So apparently you'll be able to subscribe to games like MMOs and stuff through Steam, and then you can unsubscribe and everything as well, right? That's how that works?
I believe so.
All right, good. Thank you. EVE Online developer creates Oculus Rift VR dogfighting game. Unveils EVR at FanFest. What's EVR? Is that the name of the game?
I believe that was the name of the game. I'm trying to remember. I was actually looking up that thing you told me to look up. So, yeah, I'm all lost now.
That's all right. We're going to keep going. EVE Online comic book TV series will be player-submitted stories. TV series?
They're going to have a comic book series and a TV series that they'll be producing, which is entirely based off of player-submitted stories, like I said. Which I've only... The most I know about EVE is just their player stories. I love some... every now and then when I get bored, I'll go look up some of the old stories or some of the videos that were based off of stories that, players made.
Yeah.
And, dude, I would love for at least a portion of the stuff that happened in that game to happen in any other game I've ever played. I mean, it's...
Well, I mean,
if it
EVE
weren't
is
for that
all
game being
100%
so damn
player-driven,
boring...
right?
What's that?
EVE is 100% player-driven, right?
Yes. Everything.
Yeah.
So...
And you need to have an engineering degree to play it.
Exactly. It is the... How is that phrased? The greatest spreadsheet game ever made. It is a real spreadsheet simulator.
Gotcha.
The game that you were talking about was Skullgirls.
Skullgirls, yes, thank you.
That's the one.
I remember the whole conversation now. Battlefield 4, we got some news this week. A poster was kind of leaked. It had some stuff on it, and it had some things in there that a lot of people are excited for, like the Armchair General. Rank up into the seat of the brand new Commander mode and lead your team to victory. I'm so excited if that is what I think it is.
I was kind of hoping that it'd be like maybe something from Natural Selection 2, where you're off to the back and you're calling in orders and telling people what to do.
Well, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, but you weren't doing that in Battlefield 2. In Battlefield 2, you were like another grunt on the ground and you were just calling in shit.
Well, yeah, but well, okay. So that one, you're thinking you want that person to be stationary.
Yeah, I figured it'd
Most
be
of the
stationary.
time, though, that's what happened. You were sitting in the back. You were the commander. You called in paradrops. You called in supplies. Called in what was it? Not an APC. It was just a Humvee, I believe. Called in a Humvee. You drop artillery, you do area scans, that kind of thing. So like UAV scans go across.
You're basically catering to all the whiny bitches on the server.
Yes.
So now when Rhodes won, he's got to stop jihad jeeping, and he's got to, I want ammo. Give me ammo now. Damn it. Maybe this will be a feature that only one guy can call in, like the attack choppers, because like remember how you see it in the video? Where the guy, they have the Venom attack chopper come in and light up everybody. So maybe they'll do it like that, where only the commander can just call in.
Venom.
Yeah, the troop transport chopper.
Oh God!
With the
I hope they
minigun?
don't have that. I don't want that shit in the game.
Where you can't.
I
Well,
don't play
you
Call
can't
of Duty
control.
for a reason. I don't play Call of Duty for a reason, and it is that stupid call-in Well, that's one of the reasons. It's stupid
Yeah.
calling your...
Yeah, the nuclear bomb was just fucking retarded.
Yeah, that shit needs to go. Go ahead.
No, I'm laughing. Sorry.
Oh. Then you got the battle log. The next version, battle log 2.0 is coming. A lot of people still don't like that. I don't really. I would rather launch the game and go from there.
What is so wrong with having a launcher? Really? Why does it need to be in my damn browser?
It gives EA a reason to have
Always on DRM.
always on DRM. Thank you.
All right, now I got a question. Is this going to be a big debacle like SimCity?
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it'll be all
definitely
screwed up.
is.
But see, battle log is already in place, so it shouldn't be.
Really? Really, with EA, you really
I'm
think
saying
that
shouldn't.
stuff
I'm
that's
saying
already in
shouldn't.
place shouldn't be?
Don't take
Yeah.
that out of place.
All right.
I'm
All
saying
right.
shouldn't.
Get my nerd panties in a bunch for nothing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. But still.
Moving on. What else is in there? Thrill Ride. Single player takes you all over the world as part of an elite squad. That's the big thing they're toting is single player on Battlefield 4. And
Yeah.
honestly, I don't give a shit about single player at all. It could be a crappy Battlefield 3 mode for all I care.
Okay, but I
Unless it's got co-op.
have to say this about that poster, about that thrill ride part. Thrilling single-player campaign takes you all over the world as part of an elite squad of soldiers. So, like the single-player of Battlefield 3 and all the Call of Duties, that is like the most generic tagline for a 4-hour single-player campaign I have ever heard.
I honestly, I know you guys probably didn't like it, but the story and the single player for Bad Company 1 and 2,
Oh, yeah,
I
that was great.
loved that.
I think
Those
what
characters actually had personalities.
Yeah, I
they
was
were
about to
hilarious.
say they made that single player campaign.
I was engaged
partners.
100% of the time for that. I didn't, just like, oh my god, is this done yet? Oh wait, it is done. Oh, I finished Call of Duty. I didn't have that feeling in Battlefield 3. Same thing. It felt just like I was playing the Battlefield version of a Call of Duty game.
I wish it was more if they did stuff like with Halo, where it's all right. You could play the single player campaign, but you do it with co-op, and yet those points in the single player campaign co-op go to multiplayer. That would be good, but that's not going to happen.
I would like
Speaking
it
of
if
co-op.
if people could play every part of that squad in the single player. So
Yeah.
the three of us could play together with one NPC, or get someone else who has
The co-op.
the
that
game.
would be the
All of
entire
us.
game. All of us playing the entire game co-op, and then we have to decide whether or not to cut Sam's leg off.
The NPC could take my place.
We'll just name him Dan, Lieutenant Dan.
Dan, you got magic legs.
Going back to the PayPal freezing thing, I found that the company that they froze the account on.
Okay.
It's Zero Labs, the company behind Skullgirls. They froze.
Thanks,
Yeah. Sorry, way out of the box, but
Dan. No, it's fine.
What an asshole!
It's fine.
You're an asshole, Sam. You're a fucking asshole.
I love Dan. I really do.
Fucking
I
asshole.
love it. Dan is amazing. If it wasn't for Dan, the show would be shit. It is shit. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about some co-op real quick, because there's another game this week. The developers of The Witcher 3, which is coming out soon. Who is that? CD Projekt Red? They have
CD
decided
Projekt Red, one of my most
They have
loved companies in existence.
they have announced faux rizzle. There will not be any co-op in their game because they don't feel a single-player game with as much story as their game is going to have in it, and as open world as it's going to be, deserves to have multiplayer. And there is no comment
bullshit.
more than that I hate when the
Okay.
company says we're not putting multiplayer in this because we don't feel it fits in this game.
Before we go off on any tangents on this, I do want to say one thing. I have played both of the previous Witcher games,
Yeah.
and the entire story is surrounded by one character. So they should have never considered or announced in any way, shape, or form that they were going to make the game a multiplayer game when it's about one person.
Well, so
That
was
being said,
Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed was all about one person, and then they turned it into there's multiplayer.
Well,
Same
yeah.
with
Well, does it have multiplayer or does it
Aspect.
have co-op?
it's neither. It's
There's-
just a deathmatch style multiplayer. That's all it is. So
so
it
it's
doesn't even
multiplayer.
include the original story or character. It's just using the VR in the game. to
You're
go
a random
tap.
guy to go do
Yeah.
nonsense.
Just a random person. So that's totally different. What I took from the co-op thing was that they were going to, add this additional role, for like one other person or two other people or something like that to come and play alongside Geralt, I think is the lead character's name.
Yep.
Which this entire game series is based off of a book series. So, I mean, if in the book series, he goes from being this lone wolf character, which that's just funny itself since his emblem is a wolf's head, to being, part of a band of misfits, then, okay, fine. There's your premise for a multiplayer story. But it's a single-player goddamn game. Why did they ever consider it going multiplayer to begin with? Let alone, deciding not to.
I think all single-player games, regardless of what they are, should have co-op in it.
Well, co-op something
That is my theory.
that's sorely missed. I mean, yeah, it has its place, and it has places where it doesn't fit at all. It like
Make
we're
it fit.
saying, you can make it fit, yeah. But in games like any of the Witcher games where it is centered around one character, it may not fit as well, but you can craft areas where it could fit well. I mean, in games like Baldur's Gate or the new Project Eternity or Wasteland 2 or any of the games that have recently been funded on Kickstarter that are throwbacks to an RPG era that is very party central, co-op could work very, very well. Now, will we see that? Probably not, because co-op throws a whole wrinkle into the development process.
Okay.
I would... Go ahead, JJ, because I know you got a theory on this shit.
Well, here's my thing on it, okay? Let's talk about specifically The Witcher 3, because I don't think it's a black or white issue. I think some games should have co-op, some games shouldn't. So we're going to talk about The Witcher 3 here, because they're the ones saying they don't want to put co-op. This game already doesn't have a release date yet. I mean, it's years and years and years away. They're talking like 2015 or something like that. They're talking about how massive the world's going to be. They're going to be talking about how your actions are going to change lots of things. It's going to be the deepest Witcher that they've made so far, and it's going to be their biggest project they've taken to date. And that's only single player. I don't know about you guys, but I want to play The Witcher 3 before old age and arthritis takes me. Putting in co-op means they're going to make it worth it. They have to make sure that the story, an extra story is there, an extra character is there. It doesn't tramp over the single-player game. It doesn't override the work, but it also has to be good. It can't just feel tacked on. It can't feel crummy. It can't feel just piecemeal, like it was, just done at the last second and thrown in the box. So with a game like The Witcher 3, they're already having a huge undertaking. They need to keep it single-player so they can focus on making that single-player aspect great. Now, if they want to make it so that an expansion or DLC comes out that adds a co-op campaign, a part of the world sectioned off where you and a party can go explore these areas, that's fine. But keep the single player, and focus on making it a very, very fun experience.
I'm pretty much with JJ on this one. I think there's a time and a place for co-op. I don't think you should take a single-player game and, for the sake of adding co-op, make it co-op.
If you want multiplayer, go play an MMO and play on a Care Bear server.
Oh my
See,
god!
I know.
But the thing though is co-op can be done real bad too. Like, for example, look at Dead Space 3. That was the wrong game to do co-op because it's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to have high tension. When you're faffing around with somebody else on voice comm and you're shooting each other in the butt, It kind of takes
not scary.
away the feeling of the game. Yeah.
It goes
No,
from
when I played Doom co-op, Doom 3 co-op, I was still scared.
No, see, I agree with you. I think a game like that would be suited for a co-op game. Especially being the last two people technically alive on a alien world or on an installation on Mars or escaping a space station like in an alien setting or something like that. I think that would be badass.
Right.
But
Or,
I think like RPGs that are leaning toward a single person, or like the God of War games or the Devil May Cry games, excluding that crappy emo one, I think those should stay single player.
Yeah, there's no way you're gonna have God of War as a multiplayer game.
Yeah. What'd be fun as like a co-op game specifically would be like Amnesia, because not only are you already on edge but like the guy behind you's checking something and he knocks over a box and scares the shit out of you. That would be awesome.
What was that? I didn't hear anything. Did you knock something over? Yeah, the chair fell. I know, just to me, like when I was playing KOTOR, one of the big things that I wanted when I was playing KOTOR was I would love to have somebody else playing this with me. They could either be one of the companions or they could be their own character. Didn't matter. I didn't really give a shit. Army of Two is actually a great co-op game. I don't know if you guys have ever played it, but it's really good.
No, but I've heard.
Resident Evil 5 did really well with their co-op, even though the game wasn't fantastic. It was
Yeah.
still fun.
The game was fun, but oh my god, I could not stand that fucking AI. God.
Well,
Sheva, come here.
See, all the games you're listing here, Sam, all have party aspects, or a party mechanic to them, and games like The Witcher 3 that will not have a party mechanic to it it wouldn't see.
Well, what about your companion that you're running around with? Why does it have to be some dumbass AI?
Does it have a companion mechanic to it? The Witcher games I've played have never had a.
Well, I'm thinking in terms of I'm expecting The Witcher 3 to be a lot like Skyrim.
Right.
Is what I'm expecting. Skyrim, you have a companion.
Yes,
Skyrim, or you might have
do.
multiple companions.
Terribly, but they have a companion. But
And so,
there's
yeah,
a mod that fixes it.
A game that has a companion mechanic, that would make sense to have a co-op storyline, even if it's, or not necessarily a storyline, but a co-op mechanic where someone can tag along, maybe not participate in the overarching storyline so much as there as either as a battle helper or as a mule or whatever. But it would make sense.
I just have to share this with everyone because people will be checking us in the recording and won't see it. We've got Dave Belcher in our chat again, and we were talking about RPGs that have co-op, and he goes, "Isn't that SOTOR?"
To be fair, I did respond with I treated it like a single player game for almost a year. Other people were just watching. So that being said,
Anyway,
if you want to talk about a great single player game that has co-op, and it's not even like a big part of co-op, it's just some co-op to help you along. That's Dark Souls. Dark Souls right there. Because it is a single player game that people can sometimes come in and help you. They can't be there to help you all the time.
Well, the drop-in, drop-out mechanic of Dark Souls, the way that works is pure genius.
It is.
That is co-op the way co-op in a single-player game should be handled.
And it's not even co-op, though, or not entirely co-op. It's also co-op PvP, because people can drop in on you with the express purpose to kill you.
Yeah.
And that has happened to me before.
Even though you only died 4 times.
Yeah, one of the times is to another player.
Sear Sector brought up a good point. The BioWare single-player games have better PvP than Tor. Oh, never mind. But anyway, so he brought up the point of BioWare single-player games, but and all the games that I've been bringing up, as Dan said, all have a party aspect to them. Well, Dragon Age, somebody could have been in your party in Dragon Age that was co-op.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
There you go. So I mean, I honestly think all games should have co-op because I hate playing single player games now. Like I played maybe like 5 hours of Skyrim, you know, because it's not multiplayer and I'd rather be playing with friends. I don't really buy single player games anymore. I mean, shit, the Lego games are now co-op.
But the Lego games are always co-op, but the problem
Right, but I mean
is
they're
they
not
don't.
co-op online.
Yeah, they're no. That's the
Yeah,
fucking
it's
downfall of the game.
local
It's
co-op.
local, so
Yeah.
that's what sucks.
Right. But still, I mean, the point is, I would love every game that comes out to have some kind of co-op aspect in it, and it's solely for the reason of just being able to play with friends. You know, I hate sitting there. Like, gaming's supposed to be social. To me, gaming's supposed to be social, not just sitting on your ass going, play with my thumbs, play with my thumbs. I would rather, you know, be there hanging out with you guys or hanging out with new people or, you know, whatever. I don't want to play a massively multiplayer game either. You know, like right now I don't have the time to sit down and dedicate my days to playing a massively multiplayer game. It's just, you know,
Who does? Really?
well, no, I mean, a lot of people do. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people do. But with the baby on the way, it's just I have less time than normal right now.
Sure.
But you know, with, you know, last year when I was playing Tour, I had a lot less time. You guys that were still playing Tour were miles ahead of me because I couldn't keep up with you guys, you know, because I was moving. So this year it's the same thing, you know, like I can't go out and buy like Defiance. I was looking forward to Defiance MMO, but I can't go buy that one because I don't have time to play. Like, what's the point of me going and spending the money?
Right.
So there's no point in that. But like I can go and hop in a round of Battlefield, 2 or 3 rounds of Battlefield, you know, no problem. Real quick, in, out, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about did I level up, did I get this quest done, did I do anything else? No, it's just I just need to dodge roads fucking jets.
Good luck on that one, by
Yeah.
Now-
the way. It is.
No,
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead,
Dan. Go ahead.
I said I will admit that the games I play are mostly single player games, but games, and I'm going to throw
Ni
back
no
to
Kuni.
Tales. Yes, I'm going to throw back to Tales and Ni no Kuni for just a second. With the Tales of games, they've always been local co-op, and that's one of the big draws for me. Because if I've got people over, you know, we can sit down and play together. One person goes around and goes through the storyline while the other party members help in a battle situation. So local co-op or co-op in general or multiplayer really has a draw for me. It's just I don't have an avenue in which to participate the way I want to participate.
Yeah. I don't know. Co-op's just one of those balls that, like, you know, it's tough to get into because I mean, I can agree with you guys where you're coming from, but I can also disagree at the same time. I just think co-op should be in everything to me.
Well, I was thinking about this. You were talking about games like Dragon Age and those type of games. You know, the Baldur's Gate style games. I was trying to wrap my mind around having co-op in a game that has always been traditionally a single player, and I actually did think of a game that did it well, and that's the Dawn of War 2 series.
Yes.
That whole slew of games. They had a way where you could divide up your different teammates, or you have 2 people playing instead of just yourself, and that way you could designate like this squad and this squad go to your friend who's playing with you. And honestly, that made it a much easier game for me to play. That way, I didn't have to micromanage 4 different squads that were all capable of doing different things. When timing was very precise in that game, at least the way I played.
Yeah.
And the way they did co-op in Dawn of War, that's, I mean, I had a blast with that. It's so much fun just being able to sit down and play with a friend or two and get stuff done.
And they have horde mode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, and that's that style is so punishing.
I love games of horde mode.
Here is a game that because we're talking about like co-op and which games have done it right, and I was sitting here thinking, and I'm thinking, and I finally found I was looking through all my games list, a game that took a genre that didn't have really any co-op before, and finally brought it in, and did it amazingly well, and that was Saints Row the Third.
That's another good one.
Yes.
They did
It's a
really
drop-in, pull out.
because those types of GTA games had multiplayer, but it was never co-op. It was just everyone against everyone type of thing. GTA 3 actually had a co-op that you got to do the storyline missions and you got to do everything together, and it was really fun and interesting, and it didn't take away anything from the game.
I think the one thing they could have done better though with that is instead of just having, I think, was it just one other person that could do co-op with you?
Yeah, it was
I
only
think they
one
should have
other
had at least 4.
Yeah.
Because you'd always, carry around, a full group of people. And hell, think about it, a bunch of gangbangers getting like 3 little souped-up rides, driving around town with RPGs, causing chaos.
But the game was a little overpowered at the beginning with 2 people. It was almost an unfair advantage at times. So
that's the thing, though. That game meant to be over the top, so it works like that.
No,
It's
remember
not a
playing-
GTA style game so much as it is it's GTA on massive amounts of drugs. It's like PCP mode all the time.
I remember playing that game with Carl when I first picked it up, and me playing Saints Row the Third. Imagine that. But
I
yeah,
can't
no,
imagine
It
that.
was awesome.
it was. It was one of the better experiences in that sort of setting that I've had.
And then we got that.
So would you
freaking
guys-
Jet Fighter? God.
Would you guys rather see games that are more like co-op that have the story, or would you rather just see more co-op games or single player games?
I'm all for story. I like my story in games. I like an in-depth story. So if co-op, or if there's a party mechanic, or something of the like, I want to see that. I want to see co-op being able to function as my party, as the party mechanic, simply because it's better to explore and experience a story with someone else than it is to experience it alone. I listen to you guys tell your stories about Battlefield 4, and yeah, that's a purely multiplayer experience, but you have your own story to tell when you're recounting those experiences. And
Oh yeah.
it's an amazing story to listen to. And so to have a story told and be able to experience it with somebody, with another person, that's where I think games have kind of fallen short in the last generation and need to move forward with.
So Dan says we need more co-op games.
Yes, we need more co-op.
We need all of the
story.
above.
Yeah,
we need all of the above.
Yeah,
You know-
I want
you know
a
what
co-op
game-
game with single player that has great story that you could do local, that you can do drop in, drop out. I want
Right.
that. I want something with all of that. I don't give a shit how it gets done. Do it. Make it.
You know what they really need to bring back? They need to remake it, or I shouldn't say remake it. They should make a sequel, and it should have co-op in it, and will be the greatest game known to man. And they really got to put effort into it. Like maybe they should actually listen to their fans, but they need to make Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
Wait, you get
I
this
thought
one.
you were going to say something stupid like Streets of Rage.
Oh, Streets of Rage co-op was amazing. Don't even try.
Oh man, that game was amazing. Streets of
I,
Rage.
I love those. I love the brawler games from the '90s. I think my favorite arcade game ever was that 6-player X-Men arcade game. That was the shit.
You're the only one.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it had the 2 screens on there, and you got to play
Yes.
everybody. It was like a beat 'em up games, like Streets of Rage type. Oh, it was so fun.
Star Wars Jedi Power Battles.
I have actually been trying to find that
Battles.
that cabinet, JJ,
That's
So I
it's
can
such a
actually
good
have it.
cabinet. Yeah,
because it is.
Such a good
And I
because
think
those are the games I loved. I love that. I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, the Simpsons
Oh, that
arcade
was
game.
awesome. That's
all
One
those.
good.
Oh yeah,
God.
they were all fun.
I think
Well,
the last
I got-
time I saw that arcade cabinet, it was like $5,000.
I know.
Yeah, they're
It's ridiculous.
stupid expensive.
You might as well just build your own at that point.
You might as well just get the reshelled version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and just play it on Xbox.
And like I said, just
See,
build
I
your
would
own.
like to find a cabinet that has the ability where I can switch between like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the X-Men, and there was another one that was out there that was like those two.
Oh, the multiple. There was one. It was there was another Marvel one. It was like the Avengers, where it's like Captain America, Iron Man, Nighthawk. That was freaking amazing. God, remember playing the arcades? We should just have an all arcade episode.
There's I put a link in chat if you guys want to go look at the screen that we're talking about. That one actually had the one I just linked actually had the projector. There was a projector that pointed up on the screen.
The one I played, it had the two CRT monitors, and one was on the top where you looked at, and the other was underneath the cabinet. But it was reversed; it was flipped around, and they had a mirror next to the other monitor because, of course, CRTs were too big and they'd cause interference with each other.
Yep.
So that's how they did it with like the regular CRT monitors. But I remember that. I always got stuck on Dazzler at the very end, and you couldn't see anything. Plus, Dazzler sucked. So.
I always played Nightcrawler.
You were that jackass that just stood in the corner and spammed your special and never died.
That's right.
While everyone else was pumping quarters into the game.
Yeah, like this is one of those things in my life that I want to own. Is that cabinet?
That cabinet.
All right, I think that wraps us up for what we're going to talk about for today. JJ, you want to do the?
Yes, there's absolutely nothing coming out next week, but let's go through it anyway. Zack Zero for the PC, Soul Sacrifice for the PlayStation Vita, Zombie Tycoon 2, Brainhobb's Revenge for the PlayStation 3 Network and the PlayStation Vita, Deadly Premonition, Director's Cut for the PlayStation 3, Xenoclash 2 for the PC, Katamari Damacy for the PS3, Leviathan Warships for the PC, Fez for the PC, Kung Fu Rabbit for the Wii U, the Denpa Men 2 Beyond the Waves for the 3DS. But there is a good thing coming out. If you liked Far Cry 3, their new DLC that started off as an April Fool's joke is actually coming out next week, called Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. They basically
looks like a fucking bad 80s movie.
It's the 80s sci-fi is what they did. The whole game is based on 80s sci-fi. So like you're no longer on the island. You're like in a freaking like cyberpunk world. Looks really cool. But they did like the trailer announcement on April Fool's Day, and everyone thought, that's pretty funny. That's over the top. That's pretty cool though. And they're like, oh yeah, this actually isn't an April Fool's joke. This is dead serious. So it's pretty cool to see it. Like it's completely
another game that I think would be great with co-op would be Far Cry 3.
Far Cry.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Even if you're not going through the story, but like having like little quests and stuff you got to go on.
Wait, didn't Far Cry 2 have co-op? Or did it just have rampant?
I think it had
I
random
can't remember.
drop-in, didn't it?
I can't remember.
Anyway.
Way
It
to
was
be
very
prepared,
bad.
guys.
Actually, now that I think about it, you know what game had the weirdest but coolest co-op ever was, and I know many of you probably haven't played it because we don't own consoles, but The Journey on the PlayStation 3.
That Journey came out for PC too, didn't it?
No, it did not.
No,
it's a PlayStation exclusive.
It's a PlayStation.
I saw it's PlayStation only.
For people who don't know how that co-op worked, is basically it was an exploration game. It was one of those artsy games. It was really cool and deep.
like
And-
flowers.
Yeah, and how multiplayer worked is it would just randomly connect somebody else to you, and you would see them doing their own thing. And there was no way to communicate in game. There was no voice communication. There was no typing. You could do gestures, and that was about it. And you would go your own way. And eventually, the game would be like, "All right, that's enough of this guy," and he would just fade off into the distance as he was walking. And so it's kind of cool because you explore these little areas with this other person who you don't know who they are, and they just fade away like a memory. And it's weird
Come fade
but
away,
touching.
come fade away. Go ahead. Sorry.
Come sail away, but all right.
We're trying to avoid copyright infringement, man. Come on.
And sailing away.
These open shores of urgency, so happy sometimes.
Dude, you can't just start the song. I had to finish it.
But yes.
All right.
Oh.
Let's start wrapping up the show, ladies and gentlemen. So, what do we got going on for this? Oh, this is long. Don't worry, we're good.
All right.
So, ToroCast Road. No ToroCast this week, right?
No, this should be that other show's week.
All right, Derail Gamers should be back tomorrow. I'll have to check with JT. Again, I haven't been online much, so I haven't really been able to chit-chat with him, but look for Derail Gamers on tour or TwanCamera.com. TSOcast is recording tomorrow, so they'll be released on their regular day of Wednesday. What's that movie coming this week? You guys are going to be recording this afternoon, right?
Yeah, we're coming on Tuesday.
All right. So look for their new episode on Tuesday. Site, I was about to just read that. You can visit us and check us out at www.twancamera.com. One of our many social sites, Twitter and Facebook, both /TwanCamera, youtube.com/TwanCameraENT. If you're checking us out on Twitch, thank you for being here with us. If you haven't checked us out on Twitch, we record live now, twitch.com/TwanCamera. What else am I missing here? I'm missing something. Oh, yeah, and if you're interested in working with us and the site, check us out. Oh, this thing's about to ramp up. Check us out in the site at TwanCamera.com. Send me or Road, Sam at TwanCamera.com or Road at TwanCamera.com. And you can join the site, do anything. I mean, anything you want to do. Write, do news, podcast, doesn't matter. Let us know. And we'll get in touch with you. And then hopefully we'll get something worked out. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I think that wraps it up for me. You guys have anything else you want to add?
Yes, it's Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady, and that is a scientific fact.
Go back to your home on Whore Island.
I heard that their periods can attract bears.
Bears can smell the menstruation.
Have a good week.
I like how the music stopped already.
Whatever, play it again.
All right.
That's it? No backup? Thanks.
That's it.
Thanks
All
a
right,
lot,
thanks
man.
everybody.
Thanks a lot.
We will talk to you guys all next week. Have yourself a safe and awesome week. See ya.
Bye-bye. See what I did there? I took Dan.
Yeah, the
Broadcast.
Here you
Hey,
go.
thank you everybody for joining us in Twitch. We
Yep.
appreciate you guys joining the show, talking to us. Hopefully, we're getting a little more involved with you guys and feel better with doing the show. I got some more kinks to work out. So
Giggity kinks.
kinks, yeah.
By the way,
And
for
yes,
those of you
Darth,
who
we're
like-
going to stream more here soon.
Yeah.
After the baby comes, we'll be doing a lot more streaming.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna figure out how to get my streaming working, and I think this week I'm gonna stream some Neverwinter.
Start streaming your games, because we don't want to listen to you guys talk.
See, that's the thing. Is I
Come
don't
stream
think I can do
away,
an
come
interesting
stream
stream.
away, come stream away with me.
I'm just going to start streaming our Battlefield. I don't care if I plan it or not. I'm just going to
Okay,
hit the button
I'm fine with
and
that.
stream it.
As long as we can get it working so that it's not like, one every 5 seconds per frame.
Road, for your birthday,
as
I'm
long
just
as you
going to
can
go
hear
and
us
buy
talk,
you.
That'd be fine.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were having that problem, weren't we?
Yeah.
I do know once Tales of Exilia. It is Exilia, Sam. It is.
What's Tuesday?
Exia?
Yes, it is Exilia. Exilia.
Exia.
Yeah. I know once that releases, I'm going to be streaming some of that. So that's, August 3rd? It's a few months out, but I want to do some streaming with that.
Yeah.
By the way,
Darth, my upload is 35 megs, but I'm having some problems with the other computer, I think it is. Oh, no, wait. That was all during the time I was messing with the old computer, wasn't it? I haven't tried it with the new one.
Yes, you
yeah,
are
I
correct.
think so.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's for JJ.
for you guys, I'm not sure which one of you guys have seen this or not, but College Humor has this thing with Batman where he encounters Two-Face, and he's dumb as shit about it. Like he's like Two-Face is looking to one side, and he's like, Two-Face, give up the kid. And then so Two-Face looks at him the other way, and he's like, Harvey, where did Two-Face go?
Yeah, that didn't answer the guy's question.
Yeah. There's a question for you, JJ. When's Neverwinter start up?
Neverwinter starts on the 30th officially for the open beta. If you have given any money to it, I think it started. If you bought like the $100 pack, it started a couple days ago, and then the people who bought like the regular $40 pack starts today, and it starts 9 a.m. PST on the 30th.
Yep.
And yeah, just
JJ,
just a,
you're a much happier person since you got a job.
yes, I
Wanna
know.
Put that out there.
I'm loving my job. It's actually funny because I'm outside all the time, and so like my face and my head and my arms are all tanned like really deeply. But I didn't realize how bad it was till the other day. I stepped out of the shower and looked at the mirror. I'm like, I look like goddamn Napoleon ice cream. Fucking like chocolate and vanilla and shit.
Oh my god!
Wow. I'm afraid of sunlight, man. I burn.
Did the guy bring up the burp again?
No, he never bought it. Like, it's weird because he's half disgusting and his mind's in the gutter too. I don't know if like burping is just like his biggest hot button or something like that, or if he was just having a bad day or got into a fight with his girlfriend. Because like the other day, I'm sitting there and I'm like, did you shit your pants? He's like, breakfast is getting me. I got to go stop at the bathroom. I'm sorry, I don't want to shit my pants here. And I'm sitting here going like, hold on a second. So you can just bust in farts over there, but I burp once and you fucking lose your shit.
You should just keep burping.
I should be like, bleh. I should like wait for him to like be working like on a line or something like that, like on a customer's TV, sitting there back there and just lean in really close, be like, hey, guess what? Bleh. Or just call, like I'll wait till I'm out on my own full time, and then I'll just call him up, be like, hey, I got a question for you. What's that? Bleh.
Can you smell that?
Be like, yeah, but a heads up for anyone who's going to get into Neverwinter. There's a restricted amount of classes right now. So if you're thinking, oh, I want to do this, there's no ranger right now. The rogue is a melee rogue.
What?
Yeah.
How is there no ranger? That's like a quintessential class.
I know. There's
I want this game.
There's only like 5 or 6 classes, so just a heads up. And obviously, they're classes that they're going to release later, and races that they're going to release later are probably going to be like where you have to pay for it, like a couple bucks or something, because it's free to play, free to download, free to everything. They got to make their money somehow.
I want play Ranger.
$40 a class.
Yeah, I doubt they're going to be that much. And then you can play any of the player-made campaigns at level 1, but you can't make any till level 15. So my goal is on day 1 is to rush a character to 15, because I've already done a lot of the questing up to it, and then tell you guys how the campaign making is. Should be fun.
Seer wants to be Drizzle.
Drizzle. Yeah, you can't be, and that's kind of funny because of the fact that people who spent the extra money got Drow unlocked. Now, Drow will unlock for everyone after, I think, 30 or 60 days. It'll be unlocked for everybody. But the fact is, there's no ranger.
Yet.
And you can't as a rogue, you can't dual wield swords. You have to dual wield daggers. And I think they did that on purpose, just so there can't be any fucking Dritz XXX Dritz Do Erdens 420 swag YOLO XXX people.
I actually ran into a Drizzt Do'Urden on tour a few nights ago. It was a Marauder, and he had a red and blue saber.
Wow.
Yeah.
Frost and fire. There.
Exactly. I just looked at that and I'm like, oh god, just please go kill yourself. Seriously. Go find the Sarlacc, jump in, and never come out.
Here comes
Well,
the Rhino.
I remember when I got on Champions Online, since I pre-ordered. I got on to that first day, where it was like 3 days early access or whatever. And the very first guy I see has regeneration claws, and his name is Wolverine, but it's spelled Wulfeeri. I'm like, seriously, the first one I've seen.
Wobbling.
People do not have any imagination.
What are you talking about?
It's sad.
It's all given by the creators. Of
Yeah,
these things
there we
that
go,
love.
Seer. I'm surprised you didn't see Sephiroth first.
Yeah.
I remember one of the other podcasts before they kind of shut down. We're talking about how they hated people using names like Sephiroth and stuff like that in games. So I went and logged into their server, made a character named like XX Sephiroth XX, and sent them a mail. Next episode, they're like, so I got a message from a guy named Sephiroth.
XX Sephiroth X for fucking asshole.
And I even went through and made him look like as emo as I possibly could. It was great. Tor only lets you do so much, though. And half their hairstyles are emo.
I can't believe I'm actually considering going back to Torp. I really
should.
can't.
Really? Really,
It's-
Dan?
It really is a different game than it was a year ago. So.
Now I know you.
No,
have
it's
something
not.
better
It's the
to
same
Yeah,
fucking
worse.
game.
Same game.
Don't
Shut
lie. Do
Shut
not fucking lie. It's the same
Okay.
goddamn game that was out when it came out.
Says the
logged
guy.
in,
who's
nothing
on
different
Twitter,
about
I'm
it.
actually
It's the
thinking of
same
playing
goddamn
again.
game. It's the same goddamn game. Goddamn. Now all I have to do is spend money and get freaking bullshit out of the little token store. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Hey, I have a question. What do they call those people who were subscribed before but now they don't pay anymore? What's that tier? 'Cause
Founders.
You got your free-to-play people, your subscribers, and the people in the middle, right?
Preferred, I think.
Preferred. Do you still only have X amount of
Yes.
action bars?
I only had no. They got rid
No,
of that.
that's 4.
That was the stupidest
I think
fucking
you
thing.
you have 3 and you can unlock a 4th one or something like that.
No,
But
they gave us.
I know
all-
you at least have 2.
What are
you
you
at least
restricted
have
on? What are you restricted on space missions? How many can you do a day or week or whatever?
like 3, I think.
I think it's.
They don't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't fucking
I
play
play
for free. You
yeah,
pay. You pay.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
I think it's like 5 to 7 for space.
Don't you get tokens every month for paying?
yeah.
And I also get tokens because I have a key fob or authenticator, whatever the fuck these things are called.
I've got a key fob, but I'm not a fucking.
I get 100 every month for having that, and I get I think 550 every month for being a subscriber.
Now I can't continue because how many people stopped at level 50?
Do what?
Yeah.
How many people stopped at 50? Not many. They all bought the expansion and just kept going.
Actually, there's a lot of people that are bitching that like their experience bar is all the way at the end of level 50, and they can't go to 51 because they didn't buy the expansion. Like, well, how is that Bioware's fault?
That's not their fault. That's not Bioware's fault. You should
You guys
at
had-
least they're not like Blizzard where it's like if you don't have the expansion, your XP is not going to go up. You know, when you hit 70, you don't have the expansion, you're not going to go up to 71 or even bother filling the bar.
Well, shit, I should just do one damn quest and be at fucking 51.
Hey, I have a question for you there, Road. The new expansion that came out, Rise of the Hutt Cartel or whatever.
Yeah.
Did it extend? Did it extend personal storylines or just world stories?
Okay, so here's the way they worked it out, and after playing through the McKeb expansion twice...
Wait a minute. Guys, I gotta cut this off. So you guys keep talking about this, but we're gonna cut off the broadcast.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us on Twitch.